Hi friends, welcome to today's video in which I will talk about an important topic for people that want to go with their dogs on a trial. The topic is the chip number that's written down in your pet passport. So due to I live in Germany, we have an EU passport and there is the chip number written down. You can see it here. And when you go on a trial, you have to make sure, or the judge makes sure, that the dog you're gonna trial is actually the dog you have in front. So therefore, each dog has an individual, unique chip number that will be implemented by the vet. And if you want to read out the chip number, or the vet does it, they have this kind of thing where you can read the chip number. So let's imagine you go on a trial and you have never read out the chip number from your dog. So things that can happen is either you cannot find the chip on the first try, and that's a lot of stress for you and for the dog, because you're searching, everybody's hyped up and you search for the chip, you can find it, and this just makes unnecessary stress before the trial. Also, the microchips implemented in the dog, they sometimes change their position. So normally they will be put on the dog's neck or between neck and shoulder, but they can move through the body. So before you go on a trial, make sure you check out where your chip is so you don't have stress just before the trial. And today I will show you with my puppy how I train reading out the chip number with the puppy, so the puppy's used to read out his chip and there's no stress for the dog. So here I have my 5-month-old Malinois puppy, my female, and today I will go over the first steps how you can teach your dog a stress-less chip reading. So the first thing I do, I always do it by myself. I just take the chip reader if you have one. If you don't have one, it doesn't matter, you can also use your phone. Just go to the dog and show the dog what you have in front. You can click that, or you can just give food. It really doesn't matter, depends on how you train. So like I said, normally the chip is somewhere here on the left shoulder, between the neck and the shoulder. And therefore I just take something, I go there, and I just click that. I reward the dog being calm, and I just pair that with a positive feeling, like I always do. So therefore we just go there. So you see the dog's a little bit afraid, not afraid, but unsure. I go there, I touch the dog with our chip reader, and I click that again. So now you see the dog gets less interested in the touching from my chip reader because they have food. So I do it one more time, go there, beep. And you can also make a little bit of noise, because the chip reader will also make a little bit of noise. Now you search a little bit, the dog's calm, you reward him. So this you can do for a few training sessions, always depends on your dog, how your dog's acting with that. But you see, it's nothing bad for her. And yeah, if you have a chip reader, you can also just try and search for the chip actually. So you heard that the chip reader made a little bit of noise, and I clicked that, so this is also a positive feeling for the dog. So now you heard a little bit of a noise, and you see I found the chip. And so I know the chip is somewhere here, like I mentioned before, somewhere between the neck and the shoulder. So I know where it is, and I just can keep on training a little bit, positive feeling from the chip reader. Go there. Just touch the dog with the chip reader and pair it with a positive feeling. And yeah, I think the dog, my female, did pretty good. So she gets a lot of food for that. And we pair that also just with a positive feeling. So the next steps you could do, you just start off with a phone or something else. You just can also start touching your dog here to make the dog used to that feeling. You can reward that. And later also you can give it a command so the dog knows, aha, now this is coming. The dog gets excited because it's paired with a positive feeling. And later on the trial, you can do it in the starting position, so the dog's right next to you, looking up to you in a heeling position, and do it by yourself. And later you add a second person, maybe a stranger or a friend that can just do it, because it's always a little bit different if you do it by yourself or you let somebody else do it. So I will show you the process how I would pair the chip reading from a stranger. For that purpose, I take Roland, my friend Roland, and I will show you the process. So we go over nearly the same process. We just switch the person to a stranger. I mean, she knows Roland, but she was never touched by him. So Roland let the dog sniff on the chip reader, pairs it with a positive feeling. And then he will go and touch the dog with the chip reader. So you see the dog has no problem with that. He rewards that. And you see the dog is very open to strangers. So this is not a problem, but it always depends on your dog. Some dogs doesn't like strangers. And there it may take a little bit longer. So you see, this is a perfect behavior. The dog was sitting still and let Roland touch with the chip reader, and she gets her food. And I think that's a perfect exercise you can do by yourself or with a family or with just you invite friends to do that. And if you go on like this and you train it, you will not have any problem on the day of the trial. So thank you, Roland, and we will keep training that. So this was it. Basically, it's nothing special, but very useful if you want to go on trials. When you do it like this, you will avoid any stress just right before the trial for you and for the dog. Another thing, if you don't have a chip reader at home, just go right before the trial, go to the vet and let the vet check where your chip is, just to know where to find it on the trial. And also just make sure that your chip number is the same chip number like in your passport. All right, that's it basically for today. If you have any questions, just write it down in the comments. And I hope this was an interesting video for you and it helps you with your training. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and like I said, if you have any questions, write it down in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.